What's going on, guys? I was at the supermarket today and I decided to try to make one of my favorite drinks, which is café de olla, otherwise known as Mexican spice coffee. Let's give this a shot. Stick around. Fellas, welcome back. It's Robert, your everyday gentleman. All right, so we're gonna give this a shot. I've never made this before, but I drink it all the time. It's one of my favorite ways to drink coffee. I love coffee in general. Usually I drink it black, but if there's café de olla available, you better know that I'm gonna grab a cup. So let's give this a shot and see how it goes. But before we jump into this pretty easy recipe, if you're new to this channel, thank you for clicking on the video. Here I talk about a number of things to do with men's lifestyle: fragrance, fashion, fitness, grooming, whiskey, cigars, coffee. Consider subscribing if you're not already. And if you are already a subscriber, thank you for your continued support. And without further delay, let's jump into it. Okay, so the ingredient list for this recipe is pretty simple. You're gonna need a strainer. You can use coffee filters if you don't have one. Coffee, medium to dark roast preferably. Some cinnamon, piloncillo, a medium-sized pot, and some water. Okay, so I'm gonna be following the recipe. Like I said, this is my first time making this, so hopefully it comes out as good as it is when I order it. But the first thing, obviously you need a medium pot, and you're gonna take 4 cups of water. Okay, so to the water, you're also gonna add the piloncillo. Now this that I bought from the store, each one of these is actually an ounce. You wanna add 3 ounces, so I'm gonna put 3 of these little cones in there. And you wanna make sure you get authentic piloncillo, not imitation stuff. Otherwise, the flavor isn't gonna be as good. And then it also calls for half of a stick of Mexican cinnamon. This is about half of a stick. Usually they're a little bit longer, so we'll drop that in there. That's pretty much it for now. And now you have to simmer it until the piloncillo is completely dissolved. So getting the piloncillo to dissolve, the recipe says, should take about 7 minutes. You can see as the piloncillo starts dissolving, the water starts turning a nice brown color. Most of it's there, still got a little bit to go. As the water starts coming to a boil, we'll stir it up a little bit. And once it boils, then we're gonna add the actual coffee to it. Well, we're just about there. All right, so now that the water is boiling, you're gonna wanna add 4 tablespoons of coffee for this recipe. It's 1, 2, 3, 4. And then you're gonna wanna take it off of the heat. Turn the heat off, stir it, and then we're gonna let it sit for a bit. When you let it sit, make sure you cover it up. Take it off the heat. Let it sit for about 5 minutes. Okay, so now that the coffee's been sitting for about 5 minutes, you're gonna get your strainer and just strain the coffee into your coffee cup. This smells great. If only you could smell it through YouTube. And that's it. All right, now it's time for the moment of truth. It's time to give this a try and see if it's as good as some of the other ones that I've tried. Oh, that is really good. That's good. Now the coffee itself is really good, but the coffee flavor is a little bit strong. It might be because of the coffee I use. Café Bustelo is an espresso. Might be a little bit strong for this recipe, so I'll adjust that the next time I make it. All in all though, it's a great coffee. Really good. You get a nice little bit of sweetness and some spice from the cinnamon. It's a great way to have coffee. Usually I drink it black, but if I want a little bit of sweetness, this is the way to go. Also, if you want to spike this a little bit, you can add a good coffee liqueur like Kahlua, and it just, you know, obviously makes this a little bit more adult oriented. But either way, it's still a good coffee. Now, if you enjoyed this video, make sure you hit that like button down below. It really helps the channel out. Subscribe and turn on notifications so you catch future videos from this channel. And remember, being a gentleman is an everyday thing. Cheers, fellas. Oh man, that's good.
We bop and hippity hop, I'm as happy as I can be. Whoa.